Hello gang, me and Katie. Katie making a little appearance today. It's Wednesday the 8th of June 2016 and yesterday I met up with long-time friend and correspondent to United Kingdom Talk, Tom Harris, and this is what happened. So I was due to meet Tom in Windsor. This is Windsor Castle, the oldest and largest inhabited castle in the world. It's been the family home of British kings and queens for almost 1,000 years. An official residence of Her Majesty the Queen, whose standard flag flies from the round tower when she's in residence. There's the shops on the other side of the road, as well as the castle itself. There's a good website with loads of information, www.royalcollection.org.uk. Lots about the royals on there, okay? There's Tom!
Hey,
look, there's Tom! Hello again.
Hello.
So this is Tom Harris.
Hello, everybody.
We've just had a lovely dinner in Windsor. Did you see the name of the place?
I didn't see the name of the place. It's a pub. Oh, it's called the Duchess of Cambridge.
The Duchess of Cambridge. And here comes a cup of tea. Thank you very much. We're just doing a little chat here. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the most British lunch you could possibly imagine.
Oh yeah.
Of mushroom and onion pie. Only in Britain do you have pie for lunch.
What would you have in the States for lunch then? Like
a sandwich or salad.
Pizza?
No, not for lunch.
See, whenever I've been to the States, it's always like the size of the meals that you have. You know, you order like a medium pizza and two people bring it in.
Well, yeah. Well, medium pizza.
Steaks. Have you seen the steaks in our restaurants? They're like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
And in the States, they're just massive.
Yeah, it depends on where you go to. I mean, you go to a high-end steakhouse in Chicago, and you're gonna get a steak about the size of a 2-pound coin, and all the rest is potatoes. You know, not that I eat steak or anything, but
You're not vegetarian?
I'm a pescatarian.
What's that then?
I eat seafood.
Okay.
So I'm vegetarian, but I do eat seafood.
Right, I'm with you.
And Suko used to make fun of me for being a pescatarian. Hello, Suko. Hopefully you're watching. Miss you.
I haven't heard from Suko for a long time, and we miss Suko.
We miss Suko. We want Suko.
Now there might be, Tom, one or two people that are quite new to the show that don't even know you are. I know that's a terrible thing to say.
It's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, because as you know, as you saw just now, I met Tom outside in Windsor, and quite frankly, it was embarrassing with people trying to talk to me and get my my autograph while I'm trying to talk to Tom. And Chris, please, I'm meeting Tom. You saw it with your own eyes.
I saw that, and Chris was looking at these flowers, kind of at the side of the road, and the Queen came out, and she was like, "Oh, is that Chris?" And he didn't have time for it. He's like, "We've got to go to lunch."
We've got to meet Tom.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Well, I had to tell the Queen to piss off. But no, she was lovely. She stands in the middle of a traffic island and directs traffic around.
She's very, very busy today.
She's very busy today, all the tourists, and I don't know how she stands up there. She was there last time I was here too. She never seems to go anywhere.
Yeah. So how did we meet, Tom?
We met.
Do you remember the year?
Well,
when I say meet,
I first encountered United Kingdom Talk.
Encountered, that's a good word. Encountered. It sounds slightly sinister.
Encountered.
But it's good enough.
It was sinister. No, I had a job in 2007 working for a restaurant company in Evanston, Illinois. I'm from Chicago. I live in Chicago. I'm not from Chicago. Chicago. Yeah. I won't do that now. But I was looking around for shows to listen to, and I saw that there was this weird talk show that came out on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for half an hour.
Audio only.
On Live 365. And I started listening to it, and after about a month or two of listening to it, I could do a better job than that. And after procrastinating for about a year, I started my own show called Tom Harris USA. And I often refer to Chris as my podcasting mentor because no, I'm not even joking, because really I started podcasting because of him. And eventually, after a year of doing Tom Harris USA, I wasn't doing it as often as you were. You were doing it 3 times a week, for half an hour, and I was doing it every 4 days. So I was doing it twice a week, and I thought that's what you did. And then not realizing most people just do a podcast once a week or twice a month or something.
I just had so much to say, Tom.
Yeah, so I spent all this time doing extra shows for no reason. But but I was doing it every 4 days, and then when you started United, my hand is huge. Oh my God, it's like hello.
It's a big hand, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
your hand is kind of
it's
fat,
thicker,
and mine is long and thin.
Yeah.
My mate says I've got sausage fingers. Do they look like sausages?
No, not as much as mine.
I don't think they look like sausages,
mine look more like sausages than yours. No, but so then when you guys started United Kingdom Radio, Ross Patzelt asked me to come aboard and do a live show. And then I went to doing twice a week. I was doing a pre-recorded half-hour show every week on Wednesday, and then on
when
Saturday.
The technology worked.
When the technology worked, I know that's
just,
a sore point.
That was a nightmare. That was trying to keep that going all the time.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, it was an awful lot. You don't realise at this end how much work that was.
Yeah,
and I would be late. I would be late for things and I'm never late. I would be late to do things because I was trying to do something for United Kingdom Radio, and I would come in from work and then start again, doing things to it, either trying to reboot something, and I just gave up in the end. It was a real nightmare trying to keep that going.
Yeah, we were trying to do it on Ustream, which was a big disaster.
That didn't really work.
No, anyway.
But we tried these things.
So I did the live show for a year. It was actually a little over a year. It was a little over a year.
When was that now? 2009?
It started in 2000. No, because my show started in April of 2009. Right. So that means that I started at United Kingdom Radio April of 2010.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You came when we hadn't started.
You had already started.
Yeah. Okay.
And I missed. There was a host. There was a show on the station that I never heard. It was Lee Last.
Lee Last, yeah.
And I don't know how long that lasted, but I came right after that person left.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And it was me, and then after me, I don't remember who was after me. It was a Saturday afternoon show. I think at first there was nobody after me, and then you were before me on Saturday.
Okay.
And then
you took
I
over
came after you.
Yeah.
And then then you dropped Saturday, so then it was me.
Yeah.
And then after me was.
Was it Ross? Ross Patzelt?
No, Ross
Lee? Was it Lee Mills?
No, sometimes it was Lee.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was, but it was a young lad. James Sanders? James Sanders.
James.
He's got like a proper broadcasting job now.
Oh yeah,
James. Yeah. He's doing quite well.
I'm surprised.
Good. Yeah, I mean, he never talks to me, but you know.
A lot of the people now who have done internet radio. And they have moved on to broadcasting things. And people have always said to me, you know, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? I actually don't have much faith in myself, really. I find that difficult to push myself. Also, I know how mainstream radios work. You can do this, you can do that. And I think I've been doing it the way I do it for so long, I would find that very difficult, you know, to then go into a situation where perhaps a little red light comes on, you can talk for 20 seconds, and then a record automatically comes in. With the whole talk thing, I think you've got to be very intelligent to be on, like, FM talk radio.
I think you just need to be able to talk a lot.
You need to know a lot about politics and
it depends on what kind of show you're
I don't think I'd be able to. I honestly don't.
I think it depends on what kind of show you're going to do. If you're going to do a show like we were doing at UKR, you don't need to know anything. You just need to be able to talk until the next person comes on, if they bothered to show up. I mean, it became a lot of fun to do for the year.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Except for the times when the technology was failing us, you know.
Sometimes it was all right if I was there, but you know, because it was on 24 hours, so I was there less than needed. Right. And if it went down and I was out, nothing you could do. Whereas now, I think now you could probably log into it remotely and fix it like that. But I don't think we could do that then.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might have been able to, but not the general public like me
Right.
couldn't do that then. So.
Yeah. So I did about 60 episodes on United Kingdom Radio. Before United Kingdom Radio folded, I was the last show to broadcast on United Kingdom Radio.
Oh, was you?
The very last
I
last
don't
show.
remember these things.
Yeah, I think Suko was on my show, and I forget who else was on my show, but that was the last thing broadcast on United Kingdom Radio before the tea. Yeah.
Don't you want some drink? No, I have a lemonade.
I have mine here, which I was trying to keep out of shop.
So, what have you been doing here in the UK, Tom?
Well, I decided to have an adventure.
You came here when?
I came here at the end of February.
Yeah.
And the idea was that I was going to come here and I was going to walk from Land's End to John O'Groats, so the farthest distance that you could walk in mainland Britain.
Why were you doing that, Tom?
It was a bucket list item.
Right.
It's just I've done walks before in the UK. I did the South Downs Way about 10 years ago. I did in 2010 the Hadrian's Wall path with my best friend.
Why are you doing it here and not in the States?
Well, the UK is a lot more densely populated, which means that there's a lot more villages. There's a lot of things closer together. In America, things tend to be very far apart. So if I were to do a across the U.S. trip in America, there might be 30 miles before I get to another place to stay. But here in the UK, because it's a densely populated island, you can plan it out so that every 10 miles or so you're going to come to a village. Most villages will have some
You mean a
accommodation.
pub, Tom?
Sometimes a pub, but not like this pub. I'm sure they don't do accommodation, but a lot of pubs do accommodation. So I've stayed in quite a few pubs, but bed and breakfasts, hotels.
Most of it's fairly good quality, isn't it, in the pub? Reasonable priced and
mostly. Some of them are very expensive. Some of them are very nice too, though. I mean, you might think of pub accommodation 20 years ago I remember being kind of hit or miss. Pub accommodation today is usually on the higher end. So you're going to find a normal bed and breakfast is going to be more on the lower end. But sometimes you can get some real holes. Webster, I'm talking about you.
It's a bed in a shower, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I stayed in the worst place I stayed was a pub accommodation in Leominster, which is kind of a dodgy little town to begin with.
Leominster?
Leominster. Weominster.
Whereabouts is that?
Leominster. It's north. It's where Kendal is.
Yes.
It's near there.
Okay.
It's
north,
south of Kendal. Yeah.
You should have stayed at Wendy's house. Do you know Wendy?
I don't know Wendy.
Oh, she was. She's also.
I think Wendy's one of the Manilow girls.
Lancashire. She is indeed.
Yeah. So I
what a shame you're going back before he's here.
That's okay. I'm actually going home on Thursday. Today being Tuesday. So.
What a shame.
So this is the very end of my trip. I'm sorry it couldn't be helped.
So
I'm crushed.
You really
I'm
are.
crushed. I've always dreamed of seeing Barry fall and break his hip.
Well, he did.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to see it again.
So, did you get to your end destination?
I did get to my end destination, but what happened was, it's a long, sad story, folks. What happened was I started out the hike. I walked from Land's End to Penzance, which is 12 miles. From Penzance to Carbis Bay, which is about 9 miles. From Carbis Bay to Camburn, which is like 13 miles. Camburn to Truro, which is 14 and a half miles. And then I walked 11 miles towards St. Austell, and I suffered an accident. I fell and twisted my knee and wrenched my knee rather badly. So then
on your own?
Yeah, on my own.
So you're completely on your own?
Completely on my
nowhere,
own, on a rainy day
Gosh.
in Cornwall. So Cornwall did my knee in. So I hobbled into St. Austell and found some accommodation. The next day I went to the NHS and they looked at my knee and they said it's not broken, it's not permanently damaged, but you should not walk on it.
Right.
So at that point I took the next day to kind of decide, okay, well how am I going to do this? I couldn't go home. I can't, my ticket not till the 9th of June. So I'm like, okay, well I'm stuck here. I'm not going to stay in St. Austell.
So you dealt with it.
So I dealt with it. I went to Newquay and I rented a car. And instead of walking 15 miles a day towards John O'Groats, I was driving 15 miles a day. I'd walk some every day.
How would that work? Would you sort of drive somewhere, then walk around a bit, and then get back in the car?
Yeah,
or would you leave
what
the
I'm
car,
doing-
walk, and then get another car?
What I'm doing is the whole trip was conceived as a geocaching from Land's End to John O'Groats. So
Just tell us what geocaching is.
geocaching is a game. It's like a treasure hunt type game that you play with a GPS device. Some people use their phone. Some people have a dedicated GPS like I do. And you go and you find hidden boxes that are hidden in woods or in parks or in the city.
Money? No money?
Yeah,
bit
sometimes
of
you
money.
find money, but not a lot of money. I mean,
A couple of quid.
I found
Get you a cup of tea.
I think I've probably found a couple of quid worth of money on this entire trip. So usually you find a 10p piece or 20p piece or something like that. The biggest amount I think I found in one is 20p.
Okay.
So anyway, I might have made a quid on this trip. Yeah.
So what's
Trust
that?
me,
A few £1,000 to get a pound.
You wouldn't be able to do it professionally unless people start leaving lots of money in geocaches. But then geocaching will become really popular.
Something I'd like to quite do that actually. Go looking for these little messages.
We could do it when we're done here.
Is there always
There's one about 500
something
feet.
there? If you see what I mean, or do you sometimes get there?
Sometimes you get there and there's
can't find it,
yeah.
or it's just not there.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
Sometimes, because what happens is people, they call people who don't geocache muggles, like in Harry Potter. And sometimes a muggle will see somebody going into the bushes and finding a box, and they're signing their name on the signature.
And they go and nick it.
And then they go.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. So you have to be careful in a populated area.
Out of say 100, how many times would that happen? Would you say?
I wouldn't even say once in 100.
Oh, really? So
yeah,
usually
usually
rare,
they're there.
Good,
Usually they're
good.
there.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And sometimes there's problems with them. So like they'll be all wet inside, and so you can't
Right.
sign anything. Or you find you find a container and it's just damaged and there's
Right.
nothing in it. It happens. It's part of the game. But anyway, so I did actually do the geocaching thing all the way from Land's End to John O'Groats, going very slowly, driving very
I'd
slowly.
like to do that.
So what I started to do was, instead of following the trail,
Yeah.
would be I would look at the map and see where the geocaches were. Said, okay, there's a cluster here in this bit of woods,
Yeah.
or there's a trail here around this village. So what I'd go do, park in the middle of it, park in the middle of the village or whatever, and then I would walk around and I'd find all the ones near that village,
Wow.
or just a selection of them near the village.
Yeah.
I did a lot of hills, like parks and things where you follow a rail trail and you have a trail of them along there. I did a lot of that. And then sometimes if the weather was really crappy, crappy.
That's all right. That's all right.
All right.
We're not restrict. We're not
it's
on
just
FM.
stronger.
You see?
It's
That's
just
the beauty.
stronger
We're not on
words.
FM, so anything.
No, but I know you don't like
You'll
those nasty
you'll get
words.
nasty messages from people though. I'm telling you. Now.
The nice thing about nasty messages is that I don't care. My show.
So you got there in the end.
I got there in the end. I got to John O'Groats. I got there about 10 days ahead
Which
of
end do you
schedule.
prefer, John O'Groats or Land's End? I mean, where would you rather
Land-
live? I reckon John O'Groats.
If I had to live at one or the other, ooh, that's a tough call. It's a really tough call because
Are they very different?
There's no village at Land's End.
Right.
So it's a hotel and some amusement park rides
Right.
and kind of tourist attraction type of stuff. So nobody really lives at Land's End. And I'd think it's a coin flip really, because there is a town at John O'Groats, but it's kind of a rundown, grungy town. It's not a very wealthy place. So there's a lot of people there. I mean, they live on tourism, so it's not the nicest town in Britain. But they're both on the seaside, obviously. They're both on cliffs. They've
So have you
both
got your
got
little
sea
pair of
life.
speedos that you might
Oh yeah,
be putting on
oh,
to
yeah.
take a dip in the,
They're like
ocean?
this big. No. As a matter of fact, I only a couple of times actually even got my feet wet in the ocean, because most of the time you're in the middle of the country and
Yes,
there's no
yeah.
water. When I was in Land's
Get
End,
very dirty.
you
when
do
you're
get
walking.
dirty, and especially especially when I was still walking.
A friend of mine, him and his girlfriend Tom, and I can't remember her name now. Tom. They used to come to the quiz when I was at the Mayflower, and they walked from London to Oxford in a few days, and they got lost somewhere, and they arrived at this guest house where they were booked 11 o'clock at night, covered in mud, because they'd gone through this thing, and he said, I'm not joking, he said the mud was up to here, we were wading through this stuff. And you know, you just imagine the guest house, you open the door, oh, we've come to stay, and you're standing there like that. But apparently the lady was fine. And they
that's good, because some guest houses wouldn't let you in.
Yeah. So you're going home Thursday, Tom?
I'm going home Thursday, It's been 3 months of just traveling and spending way too much money. But it's been a good adventure as well.
Oh, Tom. Well, it's so nice to see you again, because it's been 6 years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the last time I
walked into Belushi's. Where I used to do karaoke in Hammersmith
2010,
6 years ago, wasn't it?
Yes, 2010, and my best friend and I were about to start the Hadrian's Wall path, and I walked in there and said hello, and I sang. Wow. I sang. There's video of me somewhere. I think you have video of me somewhere.
Oh, it's there somewhere. It'll be there somewhere.
So if you want to know what I sang, you're going to have to go like all the way back to 2010 and his archives, not mine.
Well, for your walk and drive. Congratulations,
Thank
Tom.
you very much.
Really well done. It's lovely to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. And I raised $850 for the American Anxiety, the Anxiety and Depression Association of America.
Brilliant. Can people still donate?
People can still donate. You won't get any rewards for it now. You go to GoFundMe/Tom's Big Walk. And you can donate there. Like I said, the walk is actually done. If you still want to donate, I'm going to keep the account open for about another month. And then whatever I've raised goes to them. None of it comes to me. It all goes to ADAA.
Lovely.
So $150. I hit 1,000. That'd be great.
Come on, get your hands in your pockets. Yeah. Thanks very much, Tom.
Thank you very much. Bye.
And indeed, lovely to meet Tom yesterday. Up to the studio, and we'll do the birthdays. All right. Yes, indeed. Whose birthdays today? All right, karaoke legend and all-round this Mr. Nice Guy, Garry Redpath. Happy birthday to you, sir. 64 years old. Simon O'Connor. Hello, happy birthday, Simon. It's years since I saw you. Blimey, the last time was at the Two Brewers about 5 years ago. Happy birthday, Simon. When am I going to see you again? Yes, happy birthday, Simon. Happy birthday to Russell Bruce. Russell is one of the lovely managers that I worked for a little period of time, I think in Notting Hill, if I remember rightly. Was that at the Champion? Happy birthday, Russell. Always remember you, my friend. Happy birthday to Ricky. Ricky Dog. Another all-round Mr. Nice Guy who pops in some of the places I work now and again. Actually, not a bad voice at the singing as well. He's also been to the quiz nights. Ricky, good friend of mine. Happy birthday, Ricky. And happy birthday today to Chris Walker, another man who I used to come into the Black Cap. That is some years ago. And I believe he's running his own bar now. Hang on, let me see if I can find... yes, he's running his own... sure you're running your own bar somewhere. Did you work at Coo Bar? I didn't know that. Chris, where are you in that photo? There you are. I can see you right at the back of the photo. That's the one in front of the boat. I didn't know you worked at Coo Bar as well. But anyway, happy birthday, Chris. And to all of you, I shall sing for you now. Hang on, let me get I haven't got my music ready this time. Did you hear Katie the cat, incidentally, just at the end of that last clip of video? She did a little meow. I think she wanted to come in the house. But here we go. Sing along, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Garry, Simon, Russell, Ricky and Chris. Happy birthday to you. All right? Hope you enjoyed our little chat today with Tom Harris, and you have a lovely Wednesday. It's been a Wednesday night. I shall be hosting the King's Head Theatre Bar quiz tonight, okay? Quiz night tonight at the King's Head Theatre Bar. That's in Upper Street, Islington, every Wednesday, including, of course, tonight from 8:30 until 10:30. Good idea to ring ahead for a table, because they do go quite fast in there. Haven't got the number with me, you have to look it up. All right, once again, the King's Head Theatre Bar. It's the Wednesday quiz tonight from 8:30. Enjoy your day.